Alright, for this video I'm going to create an auto clicker for piano tile. The equipment that will be needed to be used for this Arduino project is a motherboard, a breadboard with LDRs and many wires, and some resistors. The types of wires that will be needed is a male to female, male to male, and a female to female. You'll also be needing a power supply, 4 relays, 4 coins, and that's pretty much it. Alright, now to start off, we're gonna first lay out our breadboard. So basically, we've set up some LDRs. I have crafted this casing for the LDRs, or known as the photoresistors, to hold them in place while you're putting it over a phone, so it won't be able to move around, and it will be exactly on one tile. And over here we have one of the pins connected from the LDRs to the negative side of the breadboard, which is going to be powering the LDR, and it will basically make it be able to work. The other part of the LDR, the other pin, is connected to the other side of the breadboard, which is connected to a wire and 4 resistors. The wires over here, which is currently unplugged, will be connected to the A1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pins, which is right under the 5 volts, the GND. We will be powering up our breadboard, by using our motherboard, which the GND is going to be connected to the negative, and the positive is going to be connected to the 5 volt. So basically, the 5 volts is going to be connected to the side where the positive side, which is basically the red line. On the other side of the positive side, we can see that there's a negative, which is connected to the ground pin. The resistors are used to basically not to overheat the specific item that is using, which in this case we're using the photoresistors. Now we're going to set up our LDRs, which is, you can pause the video whenever you want and take a slight glance of it. So basically we're going to start off by connecting these with an extender wire, which is a male to female, and we're going to connect it to a 1, and we're going to have another one, and we're going to connect it to the other one. So basically we just keep repeating it with the 4 wires for each photoresistor. By the end it should be looking like this. We can see that the 4 pins are connected to the photoresistors, which we are placing it in this pin because it will be coding in it and receiving the data from each individual photoresistors. So basically, when we're trying to create the piano tile, we're basically having each LDRs detecting when there's a black tile. Now moving on, we're going to start to plug in the relays, which is going to add power to the coin. So when you add specific voltage to the coin to detect as a finger to the smart device that you're using. So you could have 2 ways of working with this. You could either solder the 2 relays together, or you could use a female to female, which I am going to use both of them to demonstrate that it works either way. So basically, we are needing to connect the relays together to add the power together while not having separate pins, so it wouldn't use so much space. So as seen here, the side where it has 3 pins on the back is a specific side that we're going to use, so it would have transferring the voltage. So we already have 2 set up already that I've set it up with soldering. So we're just going to add it right over here, a female to female wire, we're going to add it connected to the other side, which is also soldered but without any other relays, and we are going to use that with a female to female. So we're basically using a wire that's already like soldered, but we're also going to use a female to female, so it doesn't matter. Basically, you could either solder or female to female. We're done. So after connecting your relays together, we are now going to connect it to the motherboard, which is going to give us the power to actually make the relays work. So we're going to be needing a male to male wire, and multiple of them, so, or depending on your layout, which doesn't really matter. So we're going to connect one of the sides of the relay where it's connected to the other relays to the 3 volts that we are going to use. We cannot use the 5 volts because it's already in use with the motherboard and the LDR. So we're going to connect it to the side where it's already connected to the pin over here, which says 3.5 volts. So there we go. Now we have power for relays, which is going to give us power to work with our coins. Okay, now we're going to add the specific coding for each individual relays so that it won't, we'll tap the relay, the tiles that is going to have in PM tile. So in between the two, or on the one which is at the end of the wires that we connected with the relays together, there is a single piece of pin that's just standing out. So we're going to connect a male to female wire, female first, to a male to port 6. We are going to repeat this step for each of the relays, so at the end it should be looking like this. Also make sure that the one at the end is going to be the first port, and then so on to the next one. There's going to be the next port, and the next one's going to be the next port, and the next one's going to be the next port. So this is how it's supposed to look like when you're finished connecting the relays. So basically the whole row is going to be connected with the relays together, except for the middle one. So now we are going to start off with our coins. So basically, depending on the size of the smart device that you're going to be using to be connecting with the piano tiles, the coins for in my video that I'm going to be showing at the end of this video, demonstrating how it works, I am going to be using an iPhone 6s Plus, but the screen's not that big to fit the big coins over here, as we can see. So I've used these small coins. They work either way, doesn't matter. Just the size doesn't matter. Am I right? Okay. So we're going to connect these coins from. I've taped them first of all, as you can see. I'm going to connect the wires from under it to the relays. So basically, each of the relays. So let's have this as an example. This relay will go with this coin. Okay, if we're putting this relay will go with this coin. This one with this coin. That one with that coin. And that one with that coin. So demonstrating once on how to connect the coins together. I first tape them. First step is to tape them, and then from under you could slide in a pin, which I'm using a female to male, and this is basically the fourth one, which is basically the opposite side, so it's going to be this one. So this one's going with that one, this one's with that one, this one's for that one, this one's for that one. So we're going to connect this to the top part of the relay. The top part is basically where the relay sends the coding to. So at the end, it should be pretty looking like this. So as we can see over here, the coins are connected with the relays. And now we're basically finished. Now we are going to show you the coding that is going to be needed for creating the Arduino project. So basically, needed to create this Arduino, you'll basically need the Arduino program, which is over here. So, yep. This might take long to load in because it's a very big file, which is okay if it takes too long. So don't be in a rush. So over here, the text in orange under the void setup is the pin mode for digital write, pin mode, so on, so on, etc. This is basically the command, like coding that is needed to actually put in the relay together. Over here is the command for the relay to like basically command this specific voltage that is needed to put in the relay. Over here is the LDRs, and basically each one is for each LDRs, and I will be putting this coding in the description if you guys are in any trouble, or if you guys wanna slow down the video and I'll go through it slowly.